When we sit down for a failed cycle analysis, the questions that pop into the mind are: was the embryo quality good enough? Was the uterus receptivity there? And was the transfer carried out properly by the clinician? The most important question, fundamental to the success of an IVF cycle, is regarding the quality of the embryo. Unfortunately, as things exist today, embryo quality can only be assessed partially. We fuse the egg and the sperm together to form an embryo, which is then allowed to grow in the lab till it becomes a blastocyst. By looking at the rate of the growth of the embryo, the size and the look of the cells inside the embryo, we try and make an impression about the overall quality of the embryo. So, essentially the looks of the embryo or the morphology of the embryo is the deciding factor in our minds to call it a good embryo or not good embryo. This is not the real situation. An embryo may look pretty okay, but it may not be functionally or genetically all right. And this is something that is usually not checked in routine practice. Then again, there could be other embryos that do not look so good, but they are fundamentally healthy embryos because functionally and genetically they are all right. So, because most embryos are as yet judged on the basis of looks, therefore, when we say a good embryo did not implant, we need to accept it as the reality because the good embryo was classified as good only on the basis of its looks and not on the basis of its functionality or its genetics. Yes, people are now using the technique of PGT-A, preimplantation genetic analysis testing, to find out if the chromosomal set of the embryos is fine or not. But this is again part of the story. We are still not there as far as the full genetic understanding of the embryo is concerned. And regarding the functionality of the embryo, no, we are nowhere even close to checking the functionality of the embryo. Till we get the entire picture right, it will never be possible for us to predict whether this embryo is actually going to implant or not in your womb when the next embryo transfer is carried out.